The rain was relentless that night. Thunder roared across the mountains, shaking the old farmhouse like it was alive. Inside, 6 friends huddled together, hearts pounding in the silence. Outside, the sound of a swing moving back and forth. Creak, creak, creak. At first, they thought it was the wind, but the swing never stopped. Someone or something was out there. Lightning flashed, illuminating the lawn for just a second, and in that instant, they saw a dark figure sitting motionless on the swing. The darkness returned, swallowing the figure, and that's when they realized they were not alone.
Hello, friends. Today I'm going to tell you a terrifying story that happened in Pine Ridge, Colorado. A group of friends decided to spend a few days at an old farmhouse in the mountains. But what they experienced there was something none of them will ever forget. My name is Ethan, and I live in Seattle, Washington. This happened in 2019 when we planned a mountain getaway with some office friends. Every year we took trips, but this time, instead of staying at a hotel, we wanted something more adventurous. A private farmhouse deep in the mountains. One of our friends, Ryan, said he knew someone who owned a farmhouse in the mountains. The problem? The place had been abandoned for over a year. No one had lived there since the owner moved out. We didn't care. Adventure sounded perfect. We planned to clean the house ourselves, stock it with food, and stay there for 3 days. The farmhouse sat on a hillside, surrounded by dense forests. A swimming pool outside had leaves and grime, the yard overgrown with wild grass. The house was beautiful, yet eerie in the fading light. We entered the main door, and the smell of dust and mold hit us. The rooms were surprisingly intact. We picked 2 rooms for ourselves and started cleaning. Then we set up a generator since there was no electricity. By the time everything was ready, the sun had set, and darkness began to swallow the farmhouse. The storm was getting worse. Rain slammed against the farmhouse, lightning flashed, thunder rolled through the mountains like giant drums. We were sitting in the dimly lit room trying to calm our nerves, but the creaking of a swing outside kept echoing in our ears. At first, we thought it was the wind, but the swing didn't stop. Creak, 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 over and over. "Who's out there?" one of us whispered. Lightning flashed again. For a split second, we saw a tall, dark figure sitting on the swing. Its legs hung motionless. The moment passed, darkness swallowed it. Fear gripped our hearts. We stayed silent, glued to our seats, eyes locked on the window. One friend suggested, "Let's check from the hall window. Maybe we'll see who it is." We all agreed, sticking together. No one went alone. Slowly, we moved to the hall, every creak of the floor making us jump. Peering through the window, all we saw was darkness. Rain blurred everything outside, but the swing kept moving continuously. And then, just as lightning flashed again, we could see it clearly. A tall, black figure sitting, unmoving. Our hearts stopped. We screamed and ran back into the room. The other friends joined us, shaking with fear. That night, no one dared to go outside again. The storm, the swing, and the dark figure. It was a night none of us would ever forget. The storm hadn't let up. Darkness engulfed the farmhouse. Our phones were dead, and the generator needed to be turned on. 2 of us volunteered, carrying the diesel cans and torch. Every step toward the generator room felt like walking through a nightmare. The swing outside continued its eerie creaking, as if someone, or something, was watching our every move. We reached the small room near the main gate. Hands shaking, we opened the generator, poured the diesel, and turned it on. The lights flickered to life across the farmhouse.
Relief washed over us, but only for a moment. Shadows moved outside. Figures we couldn't see clearly, but we felt their presence. From the hall window, we noticed a black shape moving slowly around the lawn. It was tall, unmoving, and following our every move. Panic set in. We ran back to the room where everyone was waiting. The figure seemed to vanish the moment we entered. For the rest of the night, none of us dared to leave the room. Every creak, every shadow, every flash of lightning reminded us that the farmhouse was alive, watching. The generator had given us light, but it had also revealed that we were not alone. The terror had only just begun.
Darkness pressed down on us like a heavy blanket. Rain pounded the roof, and the wind howled through the trees. Every creak of the farmhouse made our hearts skip a beat. We decided it was time to stick together and stay in one room. But then, a sound pierced the night, a shrill, painful screech like a human in agony. It repeated every 6 seconds, looping endlessly. None of us had any idea where it was coming from. Was it outside? Inside? Alive? Summoning our courage, we opened a window slightly, trying to locate the sound. The storm made it almost impossible to see. Shadows twisted with the lightning, and the noise grew louder as we edged closer to the back of the farmhouse. Every step toward the back felt like walking into a trap. Then, near the locked underground door, the sound was deafening. Something or someone was down there. We dared not open the door. Our plan was simple: survive until morning, stay together, ignore the noises, and hope whatever was there stayed away. Minutes stretched like hours. Thunder crashed. The swing outside creaked and rocked violently, even though no one was on it. Lightning flashed, and we glimpsed a tall black figure standing by the lawn, watching silently. Panic overtook us. We huddled in the room, drenched, trembling. Every flash of lightning revealed the terrifying reality. The farmhouse wasn't empty. It had been waiting for us, watching. Hours passed. The storm slowly eased, but the fear didn't leave. By dawn, we were alive, shaken, and soaked, but we had survived. As we left, glancing back one last time, the farmhouse stood silent again, but its dark secrets remained inside. Something had been there with us, and we knew it would wait for the next visitors.